Years of concerns about safety on TriMet buses, MAX trains, and platforms. The Portland Police Bureau today announced it's rejoining TriMet's Transit Police Division. 5 Portland police officers and 1 sergeant will now be part of that division. That'll bring total staffing up to 31. Now, at its height, the division had 65 law enforcement staff. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office will remain the law enforcement lead for the division. Portland Mayor Keith Wilson says the partnership is an important step in reinvesting in the city's public spaces.
When we align city, county, port, and TriMet resources, we create a stronger and more connected community. When TriMet is successful, it means Portland is successful. We are tied together. Our success is mutually inclusive. Today's announcement is part of our broader strategy to bring safety and resilience to a city on the rebound. We're building a Portland Renaissance.
Adding these officers is just one of the several safety measures in place for TriMet buses, trains, and platforms. TriMet has also implemented blue light phones, and they also have access control on some of the elevators at platforms across the city.